Do you fancy trying your hand at model building and terrain building for your role-playing games to make them more immersive? Well, in that case, get yourself down to Ragrut's Den. Look, here's one of our tiles that we have started working on. And you can see that there is a great eagle from Middle-earth swooping down. We have built this all from scratch. It is just based on a floor tile which has the capacity to interlock with others so that we can build increasingly large sizes of gaming space and add in features like this. Well, I'd say it looks like some kind of gravestone to me. There's a sword lying on it, looks pretty spooky. We built these walls from scratch. You can see that we have used flocking and there's some stones here. And then it's been shaded. It has all kinds of moss and plants growing out of it. There's lots of features here, even in this. I have yet to finish this. I'm gonna do a bit of a resin pour in this little gully to give it some further character. And you can do all this and learn how to craft here at Ragrut's Den. We've got all the equipment. If I come over here to our trolley, yeah, look at all this stuff. So we have in here, amongst other things, this drench, which is a combination of water and PVA glue. We've got all your modelling equipment. In here, if I give it a shake, yep, all kinds of little stones. There's flocking in here. There's paints. There's more base tiles. There's milliput. There's all the sculpting tools. There's tufts. These wonderful little fellas from Army Painter. There's all the equipment, glues and so forth that you need. The full range of paints. Some here to buy if you want to equip yourself. Here, this stand here, it just has paints, materials and brushes and everything that you need that you can work on in the shop. We have the full Citadel colour range, glues, paints, base paints, sprays, everything that you need, from the contrast paints, the washes, the base paints, the rubs, the shades, everything that you need really to get going with some modelling. I mean, if maybe you needed a whole shed load of skulls to sort of like decorate either your model figures or some bit of terrain that you're building, well, you can do it here. We've got loads of figures that you can practice on, and we can teach you the skills of model painting. Here on this giant eagle from Middle-earth, which is also produced by Games Workshop, you can see that I've used a combination of base painting, shading, a bit of overpainting, a little bit of dry brushing to bring out the texture and sort of like highlight sort of like areas. This is a fairly straightforward paint job. I was going to mount it on the base, but it turned out to be a bit tricky. But then what I like is that I have created this setting, he says, sort of like Kreski trying to balance it, so that you can just naturally plump your eagle in, coming in for a swoop on, well, some poor misbegotten fool who is in the vicinity. And it really is quite straightforward to make this stuff. The raised textures, I have used one of my favourite building materials, polyfiller, which is like easy to sculpt, goes off fairly quickly. It's easy to base coat with a bit of paint and some flocking, which we make here in shop, and we can show you how to make all this stuff. And you can build terrain and sort of like settings for your role-playing games and board games and tactical skirmish games with us here at Ragrut's Den. So come and join us. We've got a lot going on. We're open today until 6 PM. We're open on Saturdays, obviously, sort of like 10 till 6. We're shut on Sundays and Mondays, but then we're open again on every other day of the week from 12 midday, so you don't have to get out of bed too early. I know I don't like to, until 6 PM. And Wednesdays and Thursday evenings we have open evenings. You can come and play a game with us in the shop, any of the board games that we have. Look, here's our library, which is growing. Everything's sort of like stickered there that you can see. You can play just for £2 an hour per head. And we're building up a bit of a roster of Gamers United, Gamers Unite, and we're getting together groups of people who are wanting to find other people who want to play games, and they can do it here in Ragrut. A nice little cafe space, quiet, number 10 Church Street on the Green. Come and find us, come and have a chat with us, and get signed up and get playing some games. Cheerio then, cheers, bye.